Imagine an animal that doesn't bite, doesn't sting, and doesn't even chase you, but you still have zero chance of escaping it. Instead, it blasts you with 2 jets of liquid that turn into glue the instant they hit air. Strong enough to trap a cricket 20 times its own size, and fast enough to happen in less than a second. This isn't a special effect. This is a real animal that has been doing this since before the dinosaurs even existed. It's called the velvet worm. And by the end of this video, you're gonna look at harmless little worms a whole lot differently. Let's get into it, before we get to the glue cannon. Because yes, we're getting to the glue cannon. You need to understand something wild. Velvet worms are basically living fossils. Scientists believe this body plan has barely changed in over 500 million years. That means the velvet worm crawling through leaf litter in a rainforest tonight looks almost exactly like the ones that were alive before plants had even fully colonized land. For comparison, sharks are considered ancient. Sharks have been around for about 400 million years. Velvet worms have them beat by 100 million years. Easy. So this isn't just a bug with a party trick. This is one of the oldest surviving hunting strategies on Earth, and it still works better than almost anything evolution has come up with since. Stick around, because I'm going to show you exactly how the slime cannon works, why scientists are trying to copy it for real-world technology, and one fact near the end that honestly still gives me chills. So what actually is a velvet worm? Picture a caterpillar. Now make it velvety soft to the touch, hence the name. Give it stubby little legs, sometimes over 40 pairs of them, and a body that can squeeze into gaps smaller than a coin. Most are just a few inches long. Some species are a soft blue, others deep green, some almost black, and a few even glow faintly under the right light. They live almost entirely in humid, hidden places, under logs, inside rotting bark, deep in leaf litter across Central and South America, parts of Africa, Southeast Asia, and Australia and New Zealand. You will basically never see one in daylight. They are strictly nighttime hunters, and they are allergic to dry air. Literally, if their skin dries out, they can die within hours. That's part of why almost nobody has seen one in person. They look completely defenseless. They are not. Here's where it gets good. On either side of a velvet worm's head, it has 2 small nozzle-like glands called oral papillae. When it senses prey nearby, usually by touching it with its antennae, it aims those nozzles and fires. What comes out isn't simple spit. It's a specialized protein-based fluid, and the way it's fired is genuinely mind-blowing. The velvet worm doesn't just squirt it out. It rapidly oscillates its head back and forth, whipping the stream side to side up to 30 times per second. That's faster than you can even see with the naked eye. The result is a zigzagging net of liquid that sprays out in under 1/10 of a second, covering a much wider area than a straight shot ever could. Kind of like a tiny, biological pressure washer with terrible aim on purpose, because messy coverage is exactly what traps prey. And here's the part that separates this from literally any other trap in the animal kingdom. The slime isn't sticky when it leaves the body. It's true liquid. But the moment it hits air, something changes at a molecular level, and within seconds, it hardens into strong, semi-elastic threads that can pin prey in place almost instantly. By the time a cricket or beetle even registers what happened, it's already stuck. Struggling only tangles it further, the same way thrashing in a spider web makes things worse, not better. Then the velvet worm calmly walks over, injects digestive saliva, and eats its meal at its own pace. No chase, no fight, no risk. Nature designed a trap that catches, restrains, and neutralizes prey before the prey even understands what's happening. And it's been doing this for 500 million years. This isn't just cool to watch, it's actually a huge deal in materials science. Engineers and biologists have been studying velvet worm slime because of one specific property. It can switch from liquid to solid almost instantly, and then. This is the part that really gets researchers excited. The hardened slime can be rehydrated and turned back into a liquid later. Most man-made adhesives can't do that. Once glue sets, it's done. Velvet worm slime is reversible. That property alone has inspired research into next-generation surgical adhesives, reusable industrial glues, and even soft robotics. Engineers building tiny robotic grippers based on how this slime behaves under pressure. Think about that for a second. A soft-bodied creature with no bones, no venom, and no real defenses figured out a chemical trick that human engineers are still trying to fully replicate in a lab. That's not luck. That's 500 million years of trial and error, refined into one of the most efficient hunting tools on the planet. Now here's something that almost never makes it into videos about velvet worms, and it might be the most surprising part of this whole story. Many species hunt in coordinated family groups. That's right, these aren't loners. In several species, a dominant female leads a small pack, sometimes made up of her own offspring, and they hunt together. When one worm finds prey, Others will follow the slime trail and pheromone signals to the same target, sometimes taking turns firing their glue jets at it from different angles to make sure it can't escape. And after the prey is caught, there's often a feeding order. In some species, researchers have observed the dominant female eating first, before allowing the rest of the group access to the meal. Coordinated group hunting, social hierarchy, shared resources, in an invertebrate that most people have never even heard of. If you're the kind of person who loves finding out that simple animals are actually running complex social lives behind the scenes, that's exactly the kind of story this channel is going to keep bringing you. So if that's you, now's a great time to hit subscribe, because we're just getting started. Velvet worm reproduction is its own wild story, and it varies dramatically by species, which is part of what makes this group so fascinating to researchers. Some species lay eggs, others give live birth. And a few species do something even stranger. The mother's body nourishes the developing young internally for months, almost like a mammal, before they're born fully formed and ready to walk. In one especially unusual group, males don't have a typical mating organ at all. Instead, they place a small packet of sperm directly onto the female's body, and in some species, onto locations that seem almost random, sometimes on her back or side, far from the reproductive opening. Her body then does something remarkable. Specialized cells actually break down her own skin at that spot to let the sperm migrate internally to the reproductive organs. It sounds almost unbelievable, but it's been documented by researchers studying these animals in the field. 500 million years of evolution didn't just produce a great hunting strategy. It produced one of the strangest and most varied reproductive systems in the animal kingdom. Here's a fun fact to end on. Despite being found across multiple continents, velvet worms are incredibly hard to spot, even for trained researchers. They're nocturnal, they avoid light, they need constant moisture, and their soft, unarmored bodies make them extremely vulnerable to predators and dehydration. So their entire survival strategy depends on staying hidden. Some populations are so isolated, restricted to single mountain ranges or valleys, that scientists still discover new species every few years. In fact, dozens of velvet worm species have been formally identified only in the last few decades, and researchers suspect many more are still waiting to be found. So somewhere out there, right now, there could be a species of velvet worm that no human being has ever officially documented, quietly perfecting a hunting trick it's had locked in for 500 million years, completely unaware that it might be one of the most studied case topics in materials science one day. So next time someone tells you worms are boring, you now know the truth. Some of them are ancient, highly coordinated, liquid armor-firing predators that scientists are studying to build the technology of the future. If this is the kind of story you want more of, real animals, real science, told in a way that actually keeps you hooked, this channel is just getting started, and I've got a lot more of these lined up. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one, drop a comment telling me what animal you want me to cover next, and I'll see you in the next video.